Before you buy your next smartwatch, watch this all the way through, because the Garmin Venu 4 could be the most important everyday fitness watch of the year. If Garmin nails a few key upgrades and by the end, you'll know exactly whether to wait, what to expect, and what to buy today if you can't. Quick note up front for transparency. As of my latest verified info in late 2024, Garmin hadn't officially announced the Venu 4, so what you're about to hear blends public info, history, and a practical wish list, and if news drops after this goes live, check the pinned comment for updates, specs, and deals. Now, if you're new to the Venu line, here's the two-sentence version to set the stage. Think of Venu as Garmin's daily wear AMOLED watch with real Garmin fitness under the hood, more lifestyle than a hardcore forerunner, more battery and health depth than most app-first smartwatches, with the Venu 3 already delivering a bright AMOLED in two sizes, genuinely good battery life, mic and speaker for calls, sleep coach HRV, body battery, offline music, multi-GNSS GPS, and Garmin Pay, while skipping things like full topographic maps and dual-frequency GPS to leave room for Garmin's Pro lines. So what would make a Venu 4 worth your wait, your money, and your wrist time every single day? And what's the one battery trick that could quietly make it feel years ahead of rivals without a bigger battery? Stay with me, because in a few minutes I'll spell that out. First, design and display. The Smart Bet is a brighter, more efficient AMOLED with slimmer bezels, slightly crisper text, and a more scratch-resistant lens. The same two-size approach most likely continuing so smaller wrists aren't stuck choosing between comfort and battery. And while I don't expect a radical redesign, think cleaner lugs, refreshed colors, and subtle ergonomics that make it disappear on your wrist during long days. Next, sensors and health. A refreshed optical heart rate array is likely, with more LEDs and smarter algorithms that track better across a range of skin tones and tattoos, keeping SpO2, improving HRV stability, possibly adding skin temperature trends, and while ECG would be a headline grabber, regulatory clearance by region makes it a coin flip. If it lands, it'll be marketed hard, and if it doesn't, Garmin will lean into what it already does well, long-view health trends that help you make better day-to-day choices. Now, GPS accuracy is where many of you are watching closely. And here's the truth. Dual frequency, L1 plus L5, would be a huge win for urban runs and tall building canyons. But Garmin typically protects that feature for higher-end models. So the realistic expectation is improved single-frequency performance with smarter satellite priority and cleaner tracks by software, which sounds boring, but matters a ton when your watch line stays smooth instead of zigzagging across the street. Coaching and readiness are where Venu can feel more human, and I expect a softer, smarter layer on top of Sleep Coach, HRV, and body battery that translates your data into one simple daily suggestion: push easy, go hard, or recover. Tied to your calendar so it proposes a 25-minute strength session at lunch when it sees an opening rather than nagging you at 10 p.m. On the smart side, anticipate small but meaningful quality of life upgrades, cleaner notification handling, better dictation, reliable quick replies that sound like you, a smoother call experience via your phone, and tighter calendar sync so your watch understands your day and nudges you at the right time instead of all the time. Price-wise, Garmin tends to keep Venu in the mid-300s to low 400s at launch in the US, with the usual seasonal sales later, and release timing historically tracks on roughly a 2-year cycle for this line, which is why many people are scanning the horizon now. Again, check the pin for where things stand. So should you wait or buy a Venu 3 today? Because that's the real decision on your mind. Wait if you care deeply about the next-gen sensor suite. You're hoping for a meaningful GPS jump, you want the latest design, or you can ride your current watch a bit longer to either grab the 4 or scoop a discounted Venu 3 when prices dip. Buy a Venu 3 now if you want great battery and a vibrant display today. You value reliable sleep tracking, HRV, and body battery for daily coaching over pro-level metrics. You want mic and speaker calls and voice assistant through your phone, and you like offline music for phone-free runs. Truth is, Venu 3 already nails what most people actually use every day, without drowning you in niche features. Now let's go real-world for a second, because this is where the Venu line wins hearts. Good sleep and energy insights quietly reduce decision fatigue. The watch says easy day and you stop guilt-scrolling your training app. Mic and speaker lets you grab a quick call from your wrist when your phone's buried. And offline Spotify or Amazon Music means you leave the phone at home for a 45-minute run with your favorite playlist. And what I want from Venu 4 is crystal clear guidance that connects last night's sleep and today's stress to your workout intensity, with a sentence you can act on, plus notifications that feel like a personal assistant, timely, respectful, and tidy, so your wrist feels calmer, not busier. Now, that battery trick I teased because this could make a bigger difference than any spec line. Adaptive AMOLED behavior that changes refresh rate, brightness, and animation, subtly based on what you're viewing and when. Think a watch face that sips power overnight. A dimmer always-on state when you're idle. And smarter transitions on workout screens so you still feel the smoothness without burning battery. And paired with intelligent power modes that auto-shift after bedtime or during long travel, this is the kind of invisible innovation you feel in fewer charges and a more relaxed routine. And it's the sort of thing Apple can't simply brute force without rethinking their own power model. Training-wise, remember Venu is built for approachable fitness, not a data fire hose, so the best version of Venu 4 emphasizes clear suggested workouts, better post-workout summaries, and stress-aware recovery nudges, all organized so the average person can actually use it, and yes, if you're pushing marathons or tri-prep. Forerunner 265 or 965 still make more sense because of their deeper tools, course features, and typically stronger GPS under varied conditions. That brings us to the honest shopping map you should keep in the back of your mind while you watch for Venu 4 headlines. If you want AMOLED plus stronger training metrics right now, the Forerunner 265 is a sweet spot. If you want full-color maps, robust training load and readiness, and monster endurance, go Forerunner 965 or Phoenix Epics and don't look back. If you want great basics at a friendlier price, Vivo Active 5 is a sleeper hit. And if you live in Apple's world and care more about apps, smart home, and tight iPhone integration, the Apple Watch is still the king of smart, even if its battery doesn't match Garmin's multi-day stamina. Now, let's turn the wish list into a challenge for Garmin. Because it clarifies what actually matters. Give us smarter battery modes with adaptive AOD, an upgraded optical HR sensor that's rock solid across more skin tones and movement types, cleaner GPS through smarter algorithms or optional dual frequency in at least the larger model, calendar-aware coaching that blends sleep, HRV, stress, and schedule into one plain English plan for the day, strength training that finally nails auto-rep detection and recognizes more lifts reliably, notification replies that let us pick tone, professional, friendly, brief, and remember our favorites. Safety features like fall and incident detection with granular control, so cyclists and trail runners get fewer false alerts. Guided breathing with live biofeedback to actually downshift stress, optional ECG where cleared, and a clear readiness style score that doesn't require a PhD to understand. Quick hit Q&A while you're here, because these are the questions I see constantly. Will Venu 4 have full topo maps? Probably not. That lane belongs to Forerunner 965 and Phoenix Epics. Will it get ECG everywhere? Possible, but not guaranteed due to regional approvals. Is the Venu line good enough for marathon training? Yes, for many runners who follow simple plans and value battery and comfort. But dedicated training tools on Forerunner are better for serious race prep. Can you swim with it? It's a Garmin. Pool tracking is a given. Can you make calls? Expect mic and speaker call support via your phone connection like Venu 3. Can you leave the phone and still have music? Yes, offline music has been a Venu staple. And how is Garmin with iPhone? Excellent for fitness and battery. Though Apple still wins on app ecosystem and deep iOS perks. Let's also bust a couple myths that might be costing you money. AMOLED kills battery is outdated. Software and smart power modes make a bigger difference than panel type now. And you need full maps for every run is just untrue. Most runners do perfectly fine with breadcrumb or simple course guidance. And even more simply, most people run familiar routes. Now, if you're multitasking, listen up for the verdict because this is your buyer's map in one breath. If Garmin delivers smarter battery behavior, a stronger heart rate sensor, and cleaner GPS even without full maps, the Venu 4 could become the best daily wear fitness smartwatch for most people in 2025. And if you can't wait, the Venu 3 is already excellent and often discounted, giving you long battery life, approachable coaching, calls, music, and a bright AMOLED that looks fantastic indoors and stays readable outdoors. Here's how I'd play it in the real world. If your current watch is dying and you want something dependable today, grab the Venu 3 on sale and enjoy it, no regrets. If your watch still works and you love the idea of smarter battery and refined sensors, Wait for the Venu 4 reveal or the subsequent Venu 3 price drop and pounce. And if your training goals are aggressively performance-driven, skip both and go Forerunner or Phoenix Epics because the maps, metrics, and navigation are worth it. I'll keep the pinned comment updated with any official Venu 4 announcements, early deals, and my full buyer's cheat sheet so you can make the call in seconds. And if this helped you, tap like so more people find it. Subscribe if you want the hands-on review the moment it drops. And tell me this in the comments because I read them all. If you had $350 today, which watch are you buying and why? And what's the one feature that would make you switch without hesitation? Stick around for the next video in the end screen if you want a deeper dive on Garmin's training metrics versus Apple and Samsung. And thanks for spending your time with me. I'll see you in the pin with the latest updates.